Hello, and welcome to the 2017 NASA Ames Summer Student Research Poster Presentations. My name is Sabil, and I'm here with the Girl Scouts of Northern California to tell you about some of the exciting research being done by interns here at NASA. But before we get to research, let me tell you a little bit about NASA Ames. Established in 1939 at Moffett Field by the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, Ames Research Center was tasked with conducting advanced flight research in the areas of subsonic, transonic, supersonic, and hypersonic flight. As a result, Ames became the home of numerous wind tunnels, including the world's largest wind tunnel, which measures 80 by 120 feet. In 1958, Congress passed the National Aeronautics and Space Act, which established NASA. Ames Research Center became NASA Ames Research Center, and over its 78-year history has continued to remain at the forefront of aeronautics research. Today, NASA Ames conducts research in not only aeronautics, but also in such diverse fields such as air traffic management, supercomputing, intelligent systems and autonomy, nanotechnology, thermal protection systems, space sciences, earth sciences, astrobiology, and more. Research here at Ames is conducted in collaboration with contractors as well as academic institutions. One such organization is the University Space Research Association, or USRA. With me today is Matt Blake, USRA Program Manager for the NASA Academic Mission Services contract. Welcome, Matt. As I suspect that some of our viewers might not be familiar with USRA, can you tell me a little bit about the organization and its history with NASA?
Sure. USRA was formed in 1969. Up until 1969, most NASA research, when they wanted a connection to a university or an academic institution, just went to one university. But NASA realized that they were going to be bringing back rocks from the moon and felt that just one university wouldn't be the right way to share the research and the moon rocks for scientific research. So USRA was formed as a consortium of universities, and starting in 1969, and since then, we've been maintaining the Lunar Planetary Institute in Houston, where we maintain the approximately 800 pounds of rocks that were brought back from the moon and share those with various universities around the country and throughout the world to do continuing research. And at this point, USRA actually maintains about 10 facilities. We support here at NASA Ames, but we also support at NASA Glenn Research Center, Goddard, Arecibo in Puerto Rico, a number of different facilities.
Well, that's impressive. And as I mentioned earlier, you're the USRA's Program Manager for the NASA Academic Mission Services, or NAMS contract. Can you tell me what that is?
Sure. NAMS is a contract that spans all of NASA Ames, and as you mentioned earlier, NASA Ames does research in a tremendous, diverse group of areas. So we provide engineers, scientists, research personnel to support a lot of those different areas here at NASA Ames.
What are some of the research areas that USRA focuses on under the NAMS?
Sure. Well, one of our biggest areas is actually air traffic management, which most people won't think of NASA when you think of, usually think of space. But in the aeronautics side, we're helping build the next generation of air traffic management automation and tools to try and make all of our airports and airspace operate safer and more efficiently. We're also covering a whole diverse areas like, as you mentioned, autonomy and machine learning, different algorithms and methods there. We also support earth sciences. A team of our engineers and scientists routinely deploys around the world to places supporting NASA's high-altitude research aircraft with different sensor systems to measure the Earth and understand better what's happening here.
Are there other areas that this contract also focuses on?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, part of the reason USRA was selected is there's a lot of elements of this contract about forming new collaborations, supporting students, essentially outreach activities, things like perhaps bringing Girl Scouts in to do a camp here, that kind of thing.
Can you tell me more about how USRA engages students here at Ames?
Sure, we bring in a whole diverse set of students in a number of different ways. We go out to the research community, identify who could use a student, we identify the appropriate campus. So this year we've brought in 25 different students spanning all different scientific areas. Many U.S. students, but we also bring in some foreign students to get that diverse cultural exchange internationally.
Thank you, Matt, for telling us about USRA and the NAMS program.
You're welcome.
As you heard from Matt, USRA is engaged in several student-focused activities. Earlier this summer, local Boy Scouts were invited to participate in a 2-week video production program here at Ames. This program was based on a program developed by Casadante Productions, NASA, and the Girl Scouts of Northern California, where students learned the basics of video production while scripting, filming, and editing short videos about NASA research. Let's take a look at one of these videos now.
My name is Winona Verketeer. I'm a science manager with the new Science and Technology Innovation Labs program. That's a collaboration between NASA Ames and USRA. Basically, it's the research that goes into understanding life in the universe. And so it's very broad. And it includes everything from looking at microbes in extreme environments here on Earth, and it includes studying planetary systems to understand what kind of weather may be happening in other planets. The exciting thing about working for NASA is that the challenges we face are those related to exploring space and getting humankind off planet. And those kind of challenges involve developing technologies that will solve sustainability problems, sustainability issues. Because if you imagine, if you're in a space station or on a different planet, you really have to bring everything with you. There's been a lot of interesting research going on using these equipment. For one example is that there is a UC Santa Cruz investigator looking at how to develop a thin, flexible film that would convert thermal energy into electrical energy. And this is something that kind of film could be wrapped around, say, exhaust pipes. And so they would really be able to convert the energy and capture energy that otherwise is dispersed. A good part of my job is the management of science. We've got researchers in different parts of the labs using the space and working together. And a lot of the challenges is making sure everybody's on the same page and all the documentation is in place so that we can continue moving forward.
My name is Michael Oy. I'm a professor of electrical engineering over at UC Santa Cruz, and here I work on nanomaterials. And what that is looking at things that really small. And there's a lot of engineering you can do down at that scale. If you look at a material and it has a certain color to it, but if you take that same material and you start cutting it up into small pieces and you start making nanomaterials out of them, the color of that material can change. It has implications for LEDs, for TV screens that they're now coming out with. We need to have very powerful microscopes to be able to look at these very small feature sizes of these materials.
Exposing middle and high school students to career opportunities at NASA through innovative programs such as video boot camps is one small aspect of USRA's NAM student engagement. Here with us now is Saba Hussein, USRA Partnership Liaison Manager, to tell us what else USRA does to exchange students in the exciting world of NASA. Welcome, Saba.
Thank you.
So, Saba, can you give me an overview of USRA's student engagement activities under the NAMS program?
Yes, so USRA's NAMS R&D student program is the name of our program where we engage students from all across the country and internationally in research areas.
Today we're here at the NASA Ames Summer Student Research Poster Presentations. Can you tell me more about this event and USRA's involvement?
Yeah, so we have over 200 students that are participating Ames-wide in this NASA's poster session. We have a dozen students from the NAMS Student R&D program who are also participating and presenting their posters.
How many students are participating in this event?
So a dozen students from the NAMS program, but overall we have about 200 posters that are presented today.
What areas of research are these students working in?
They are working in the area of aeronautics, earth science, intelligent systems, just to name a few.
So we're going to speak with some of the USRA students here in just a moment, but could you tell us a little about what we're going to hear from them?
Yeah, so you'll be hearing about their research and specific project deliverables that they have been working very hard on, either through the year or through their summer projects.
All right, with that, let's go out to Anna in the field. She has one of the USRA students interns with her.